Good morning, mystics. Welcome to the daily inspiration for today. From my inner voice to your inner voice, which is all one and the same inner voice coming from the great mystic, that unified consciousness that we are all part of. And today, what came to me this morning in my meditation is asking the question, how can I love you? And this came up in my own personal context, thinking about my relationships and how I can make them better. And I realized that out of my desire to help and support, I'll often ask the question, unconsciously of course, how can I fix you? Or, how can I help you? But it comes out as how can I fix you? And certainly comes across probably as how can I fix you sometimes. And the idea was, the message was that I got, the inspiration that I got was, shift that to how can I love you? And of course you can immediately feel the difference. Love supports us in being who we are, fully embraced, contained, loved. Being loved just brings up that fluffy feeling of goodness, which of course, the irony, of course, is that it fixes us. That's what it does. So, in a sense, the answer to the question, how can I fix you, is to love you. And the same for me. How can you fix me? You can love me and support me in my process of learning and growth and evolution. And the same for the planet. The same for myself. How can I fix myself? I can love myself. Instead of trying to fix myself, I can love myself. How can I love the world? How can I fix the world? I can love the world. Because the energy with which we plant seeds, no matter what our creations are, no matter what our activism is in the world, if we plant it from an energy of fixing, then it's mind. How can I fix it? It's all like taking a screwdriver and unscrewing the brain and picking it up and fiddling around in there and putting it back on and hoping that that works. And I have a teacher who would like to say that to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic doesn't really stop it from sinking. Meaning, you can rearrange your mind and your personality, but ultimately, when you go into that place of spiritual awakening, you are going to allow your mind to fade away into the absolute and come home to that non-verbal nothing that contains everything. And I just loved going into that space, but it doesn't help me make videos necessarily because I can't talk, so I gotta come back to my personality. So not how can I fix you? How can I love you? How can I love the world today? Today, how can you love the world today? Just today, how can you love the world? How can you love yourself today? How can you give yourself permission today to be you? How can you forgive yourself today? How can you embrace yourself from your true and vulnerable and sometimes lonely, sometimes sad heart to give love to the world no matter what? Another teacher of mine would always say, give what you want the most. And that's really important. Where you want love, outpour that love from you and it'll fill you up like nobody else from the outside can ever do. So I 100% support you in that journey of how can you love yourself, how can you love others, how can you love the world. We really need to stop trying to fix things and rearrange them because we have limited knowledge, and only love, which comes from that higher place within us, can really help people. So thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate any comments or questions or suggestions you have, or your personal stories. You can send me a private message or put them in the comments here. I love talking to people who are on this path and on this journey together. Thank you, and I will see you next video, I hope. Thank you.